It's very interesting. Physics has gone stagnant in terms of how we usually measure progress. The way we measure progress is the change in something called the action or the Lagrangian, a specialized device. And that used to change a lot, and then in 1973 it stopped changing. The major thing that we have is we have no new ideas about how to change the Lagrangian that anybody finds that exciting or interesting. So there's been no progress. Nobody goes to Stockholm to get a Nobel Prize because they changed the Lagrangian of the world. And there's this bizarre force field that anybody who wants to talk about physics and doing something new, in particular leaving or traversing time or multiple dimensions of time, anything that's really close to what might be possible gets slammed. And we don't know why. Because it's very cheap to explore ideas, and we have no new ideas. But the only thing about a new idea in physics is that a new idea changes the balance of power in the world. Physicists are the only occupation in the country that doesn't have full free speech. My point is, I don't think our government knows the real secrets of physics. If I had to make a bet tomorrow, I don't think there's a secret government office that knows physics. Okay? Mm-hmm. I think that there were a bunch of very smart people who knew how dangerous physics was, and that the idea that we would continue to do it in public struck them as insane.
Because it could lead to destruction.
When I tell you that the most dangerous idea in human history is maybe there's a neutral version of the proton, that's supposed to sound insane. Mm. But the entire chain of ideas results in nuclear fusion happening on Earth at the direction of the President of the United States. And that's what I'm trying to get at, which people don't understand, which is you probably don't even realize that the Department of Energy is really the Department of Physics. Because we pretend that it's the Department of Energy. Like we had a War Department that became the Department of Defense.
We're scared of the possibility of physics.
We don't even want to talk about it. Literally no other occupation has lost free speech like physics. There's a special doctrine called restricted data that says you cannot write physics on a napkin, even if you have nothing to do with the government. I think even if you're not an American, if it has anything that could possibly have to do with nuclear weapons. In other words, any advance that might have to do with nuclear weapons, you have to recognize that the instant you put pen to paper or you start talking to somebody, you're committing a violation of the 1917 Espionage Act. And if you think that's crazy, start exploring the words restricted data, 1917 Espionage Act, 1946 and 1954 Atomic Energy Acts, the doctrine of born secret. It is illegal to pursue Q clearance data if you don't have a Q clearance, but if you're creating Q clearance data out of your own head as a byproduct of trying to do physics, you are actually potentially committing a capital offense.